Oh, hello guys, welcome back. So, Hades was laughing at me and he said, "You're too late." And he told me there was too much of a doctor and a healer in me. And he was joyful because, we turned on the news this morning only to find out some people are taking this seriously and some people decide, it doesn't exist. And they packed beaches and they packed bars and restaurants and some churches really packed them in. And I was just looking at this appalled, and he's right. Remember, I always did want to be a doctor, but with shaky hands and poor eyesight, you can't do it. At least at the time, we didn't have like little nanobots or machines to do surgery for us. Um, and I'm just, the doctor in me is watching this utterly appalled. They weren't, people are trying to say they have magic lenses. I'm a photographer. They don't have magic lenses. You can't magically make people appear. Some beaches really packed them in. Nobody was wearing a mask. People packed into bars and restaurants, and I'm okay with takeaway. I think that's smart. I'm okay with curbside pickup. I'm okay with delivery, but the doctor and me can't figure out how, even if the tables are 50%, how wise this is, because have you ever been in a restaurant where people just came in, sat down, and minded their own damn business? No. People laugh, people talk, people wander around, people get up to go to the bathroom, and I'm thinking, how the hell are you going to keep people intentionally apart, even if you had like half your capacity? I'm just thinking, I understand it's a business. I understand they need to make money, but I'm like, I don't think this is the way we want to go. At least not until we have a cure, but that's just a doctor in me. But, Hades has been actually joyful that we couldn't prevent Mother Nature from following her course, and that, the people went out and they packed all these places, and I'm watching it like, damn, you're shitting me. And I'm like, nope, nope. They're packed in there pretty good. It's fuck, damn. And I feel bad for the reporters who have to go in the middle of this chaos and risk their lives just so they can do the reporting. And they've been interviewing people, and people are like, well, yeah, it's packed, and maybe I'm a little concerned, but well, why didn't you turn around and go home? If you see large crowds until we have a cure, I would suggest you turn around and go home. But, it's something else. And he's actually joyful. He's really happy. And the barons that I work with and the G'day I work with range from being sulky because it's more work to being happy and having me play Coffin Dance on loop, the one with Trump in it, of course. And it's one of those things where we know, those of us that are medically inclined, scientifically inclined, we're too late. There's nothing we can do at this point. The damage has been done. The horse is out of the barn. There's nothing we can do except to remind each other that, don't go out if you don't have to. Work having crazy too. If you do have to go out, make your trips as brief as possible. Social distance, wear your mask. Some people are wearing gloves as well. Disposable kind that you can take off after you've been out, and still don't touch your face and eyes while you're out. Some people are even wearing goggles. Don't go out if you don't have to. If you are going to go out, consider where you're going out, take precautions. If you're going to work, take precautions. Wear your mask, social distance. And it's one of those things that's insane. I feel to the bottom of my heart for people working in retail, because I know they fucking got slammed. I used to work retail, and I know there's something about human beings that no matter how much food they have on Memorial Day and days like that, you would really truly get slammed. People are going to be obnoxiously crazy because most of your customers come in drunk, which is another joy. And they want all the meat and they want all the food, and they're squabbling over it. And this is before coronavirus. They're squabbling over it because none of these yahoos planned ahead and bought stuff. The food has been being advertised for a damn month. Like, hey, Memorial Day is coming up. Memorial Day, might want to buy this shit. They wait until the day of. Then they show up drunker than a skunk and they want to know where's the charcoal and where's the broths and where's the meat and where's the bread. And then they fight in the owls like animals over the stuff that they should have prepared for. I'm hoping a lot of you are having a happy and safe Memorial Day, that you don't have to fight with rabid weasels in a supermarket somewhere. It's a kind of a thing that it doesn't surprise me a lot of people broke this, because we knew over time, as we listened to scientists and doctors, they said that, people are just going to mentally break down, and there even people who know the danger are going to start taking more and more risks, because you can't quarantine forever. We knew this. We knew it would eventually happen. And we know a large part of the population doesn't believe that, coronavirus exists, unfortunately. They haven't seen it. They haven't seen anyone die from it. And they'll say, well, why aren't we seeing live feed from, ICUs? Human fucking decency and patient rights. That's why you want to watch people die? The fuck's wrong with you? Believe me, there's plenty of it on the news. Go check. You can watch people die in real time. It's creepy, but it's there, and it's kind of mind-numbing how some people, won't believe it until, even if you took them into an ICU, they still won't believe it. And they would say, oh, they're actors, or, it's not corona, or they're faking it. Believe me, I've lost enough family members. I know what somebody in their death throes looks like, and these people aren't faking this shit. It's horrible to watch people die this way. Which is why we're not watching it on TV on the nightly news every fucking day. You're seeing people in body bags. It's not pretend. So the doctor and me is fucking outraged and disappointed, though we did know we would reach a time when people would just... It's how the human mind is built. Eventually, people are just going to go out. Even people who know better are going to go out and take a risk, because we reach a point where we just humanly can't shelter in place forever. I don't know what's wrong with us as a species, but, it's a couple weeks, couple months for some people. Now, people managed to do it during World War II for years, but you had leadership that kept telling you every single day, I know it's hard, make it one more day. I know it's hard, make it one more day. This is hard, but, we're sacrificing for people who are on the front lines dying. We can do this, and we can do without. And we don't have that kind of leadership now. We don't have enough leadership to say we're sacrificing so that people working in the ICUs, doctors and nurses, don't have any more to do than they have to. That's why we're doing this sacrifice, to protect each other in case we forgot, and to save our own hides, And after a while, that kind of self-preservation seems to have broken down on us, and more people are going out, and there's nothing you can do. They knew this would happen. The doctors and the scientists told us. So I hope you guys are having a safe one. I know that's kind of grim, but it's something they warned us about. They said eventually, especially as the weather warmed up, people would just, even people that knew better would just break down, and they would start, even though they knew the danger, would start going to parties and bars and restaurants and everything. So I hope you guys are having a safe one. Please, if you do go out, social distance. I know people are going crazy. I know you're climbing the walls. Please, if you do go out, social distance, try to be considerate of others. If you have to go to work, just be careful. I hope to God you're not going to work in a packed place. If you see a large crowd, I would still advise you turn around and go home, but that's entirely up to you. I can't force you to stay home. So that wasn't as much about the gods, but it's still ongoing, guys. We haven't beat it yet. It is not gone in this country, and now, unfortunately, it's going to take about a month's time to see what kind of damage this did, or maybe a little more than a month. So, please, guys, be safe. I think we're going, at least in the US, on a hard sale to absolutely reopen everything to max capacity. We have a president demanding that he be able to have max capacity at his rallies, and this is bad. I shouldn't have to explain this is bad. So this kind of turned into a PSA too. Please do not go to any political rallies, please. Please don't go into massive crowds, but I also know people are getting tired, and even people that know better are just kind of becoming fatalistic and going out, and please do the best you can to fight that tendency. May the gods be with you. And if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you later. Bye bye.